Are we live?
Let's see. It says the live stream is offline. I'll reload.
Yeah, give it a...
Ah, we're live. We're live.
Woo! I knew it.
Me.
It already has one like. Is that you?
The like number 2 is mine.
Okay, let's start the arting process. Or the rest of the arting process. First things first. Bring up my reference picture over here. Move the cup away from me so that I don't accidentally elbow it, and start. Let's see what we got here. Just get rid of that so you can see the sketch in the background.
So just like the original, the second episode was pretty close, if not identical, to the original second episode.
That it was.
I am Buddhist is here, of course. Hello,
Welcome.
Boot. Hello,
Oh.
shoe. Footwear.
Always good to have you in the chat. Okay, let's see. Do I have the sketch on top of the... Yeah, I have it on top of the other layer. There's this wonderful thing in drawing called gestures, apparently. Oh, we're lagging again. I'll figure out... Still haven't figured out how to fix it. It'll just have to... It's only a sketch at this point, so it'll just have to catch up with me eventually. Gotta make sure to... Making trees. You're watching me essentially free draw trees right now. This is the part where you're gonna see the picture actually looking good. It will look possibly exemplary, but we'll see. Just gotta go all Bob Ross up in here, all our happy little trees.
I am Boot says I am number 3. So, oh, she gave a like. Thank you. Thank you, Boot.
Muchas gracias. Oh god, okay, so there's like... I do have a screenshot of this scene, which I am using as a reference. And as long as I'm drawing messily, it does not matter. It does not matter how messy it looks. Okay.
It looks nice so far.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna look probably okay. Okay, so... Oh, good. The gesture is done.
Except... the cat's right limb is bent strangely.
Ah. Darn it!
It looks like a hind limb.
Always something.
It's okay. Just zoom out and nobody will notice.
But I always work really, really closely with my art. Oh, I forgot to mess with some of the colors down here. Here we go. Why is it so small? Oh, I know why it was so small. I was messing around with stuff the other day in here. Whoop. The reason I didn't color Toru's leg last week is solely because I knew I was gonna be covering most of it with a bush.
So the banned words in chat today are it, them, at, squats, cup, and fjord.
Uh-oh.
Do not say fjord. Not that it is dirty as it is geological, but... Well, no, fjords are dirty. That's right.
You were talking about horses?
No, fjord. A fjord is,
I thought a breed of horse was also referred to as a fjord, a certain breed. Oh no.
It's kind of like a it's made by
Where's
glaciers.
the,
Hold on just a second. To
Oh.
the exact definition.
Okay. Watching the
Long,
stream,
narrow,
just up and down.
long, narrow, deep inlet of sea between high cliffs, as in Norway and Iceland, typically formed by submergence of a glaciated valley. Fjord.
Cool.
So no fjord. I am boot Klondike bar.
What would you do for a Klondike bar? I am
What
boot.
would? Oh yes, boot. What would you do for a Klondike? And just a regular Klondike bar, not like any of the fancy ones with the Heath bits, in the chocolate.
I've had those in
So
ice cream form. They're pretty yummy, actually.
I would do quite a bit for one of those, to be honest.
Okay, the colors have officially been taken care of, and now I'm going to actually, so that nobody has to be spoiled on how the rest of the picture looks. Let's start the painting of the trees and the backgrounds and all the other fun stuff.
Let me turn down the volume of my phone so it doesn't come off.
Okay, just making sure that the sound of the computer won't be too
Because
distracting.
a lot of people call me.
Okay, what are we looking at here? We want to use, well, there's a lot of dynamic lighting in the original picture for this scene, which may or may not attempt today. Let us go. Let us go into the foreground for a minute here. Please bring back the history window. Grazie. And now, it begins. Nope. Bad Photoshop. I mean, unless you have a really obnoxious ringtone, I don't think anybody will mind your phone going off.
I am Boot. I would dance in the background shot of a news report for Klondike bars. I would do that.
I think that I would do that as well. That sounds reasonable.
With a serious look on my face. Like I thought it was a big deal. Would add to the comedy.
Yep. I might just put really dark shading around the trees, but I'm not gonna bother doing the lines or anything, and I'll see how that looks. It's probably not best to experiment with your art style on a live stream, but here we are. Here we be. Other people might also say, put the leaves of the trees and the bark of the trees with the branches and everything on different layers.
Just to piggyback on what I was saying earlier, I was completely aware of Christian Bale's performance as Howl, but I had no idea he actually did the Batman voice in at some point.
Well, he was Howl before he was Batman.
Ah, well, that is new. That's a new information. Surprised the well, anyways, I was watching it with my sister because she's never seen it.
Oh, really?
And
was she just as confused as like my mom was watching the movie?
She recognized several of the voices, but I don't think she understood Christian Bale until I started screaming "Where is she?" every 15 seconds until the end of the film.
Oh no!
Where is she?
There we go. Oh, stream lag. It won't be this bad. We're going to I'll remove the foreground tree for a second here so that I can work with the background trees a little bit more.
I am boot or pretty much do anything to get on news bloopers.
News bloopers can be funny. Okay. Back to this. Gonna see if we can shade some very big trees. I'm not sure if I would call them happy little trees, but they are in fact trees. I can art. But I do have to stop doing that.
Are you online now?
I'm watching it catch up with the lag. My mind, as far as music goes, is stuck somewhere between the first JoJo Part 4 opening, Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town, and The World Revolving. It keeps hopping back and forth between those two songs.
I am boot. Ever play Lose, Win, or Draw?
Lose, win, or draw? Is this a theoretical, it sounds like a theoretical, characters fighting each other kind of game? Or it's like the card game War? Okay, we're gonna change up the green solid background. It's just a little bit distracting. I probably should have done something more with that, so it's gonna be called Ground now. There we go. Oof. And that's not supposed to look like that. Then it shall fade.
I am boot. No, it's a drawing game where an AI has to guess what you're trying. What you're trying to draw. Oh,
actually, I have heard of that before.
That virtual YouTuber, Azumi or something like that.
Keys and I.
Yeah. She played it. It was funny.
Is Keys and I very good at drawing?
No.
Well, I guess it depends on whether or not you're drawing with a mouse or if you're drawing with, or if you're drawing with a stylus. Oh my gosh, that's moving slowly. I'm gonna have
she
to
played
use
something similar to that as well, where it was a game that helped you learn English.
Oh.
They prompted her to They prompted her to draw a what was it? Bird, and she was trying to sound it out, and she's like, building. she drew. She drew. No. It was the other way around. They prompted her to draw a building, and she's like, bird.
And you can't
So
even
she drew a
see.
bird, and she scrolled down.
Can't even see the mouse right now because of how slowly it's going.
No,
Remind me to not do this particular, no, sometimes when you're using the smudge tool in Photoshop, at least this version of Photoshop, it will, it'll, take a really long time to smudge, especially if you're using a really big brush over a really big area. So it's very slowly but surely smudging the part that I wanted to smudge. And my mouse is one of those little blue circles that happens when it starts to lag. Which, as long as I'm painting like this, the lag doesn't bother me as much. When it comes to things like, the more specific shading, I'm gonna make it much, much smaller. Whoop. Better. Better. Much better. Once you get to, something like that, and like the cartoony line art that I was doing last week for this picture for the characters, which I will make the background blend better with that soon enough. When
Right now, it looks sort of like some really creepy surrealist painting from the like 1500s.
Good.
This is what the plague looked like.
Okay, this the fruits basket is not the plague.
But imagine.
I know rats
Imagine if
spread the
Fruits
plague,
Basket-
but we're not. Oh wait, that's not even on the right layer.
Rats don't spread the plague. The fleas.
The fleas spread the plague. I know, but
Fleas spread the plague.
the rats are the vectors
Rats
for the
carry the
fleas that are the vector for the plague. Wow. That being said, I'm pretty sure that Yuki does not spread the plague. Fairly certain. Hey, I am Boot. You were here last week. Would you like to hear, I'm still waiting for a response from Miss Bones. She hasn't watched the second episode yet. Did you like having her on here and, talking about the episode and listening to her react to it? Was that entertaining? The chat isn't loading on my screen, as it were. Yes, it was, she says. And I also recall the Ratatouille short where Remy was kind of like, no, rats did not spread the plague. I remember that. Okay, now let's just make sure we got... How are we looking? Yeah, that's the basis. Good. Africa, eh? That's kind of...
I have Africa stuck in my head. Ooh. Africa by Toto.
Is it actually the Toto version or the Weezer cover that's been on the radio?
Ew. That sounds dreadful.
It's not. It's not like they changed up, they didn't change up how it sounded or anything like that. But it's just not Toto. Toto in your head. Very nice. as is appreciated. And just gotta get a little bit darker on the shadows here. Are we starting to look like trees yet? Oops, that looks bad.
Starting to look like spooks. It's too spooky.
No. No spooks. Okay, maybe some spooks.
I am Boot. We're singing that at my band concert.
Very nice. Oops. I'm going to need a new drawing tablet.
Let's switch over to live chat. See if anybody's saying any naughty words. So you'll all be banned. You'll get the hammer. Get the wrench. I'll use it like a hammer.
Get the wrench.
I am Boot. We're also seeing Somebody to Love, followed by Queen.
Classic.
And a Sister Act medley. It's been a really long time since I've seen Sister Act.
I don't think I've ever actually seen the movie. I've seen a couple of the scenes, but, I don't think I've ever watched the full movie. The fun part about backgrounds is you're not supposed to pay attention to them. Okay, I'll press a little harder and be a little bit more precise with it.
Paint the dog being dragged into the darkness.
Oh shit, right now.
I don't know, there's just nothing spookier than a forest at night that's like vaguely lit so you can see the trees, but not much, not very far into the forest. So it's just like, what's beyond those few trees that I can see? And then you see an animal, and its eyes are reflective because it's a nocturnal predator. But it's actually a raccoon, but you don't know that.
I don't know.
Could be a Lord Spook.
Hospitals can be kind of spooky.
Yeah, hospitals can be.
Not hospitals at night.
Especially if they were older hospitals.
Yeah. That's the stuff of nightmares.
St. Jude's isn't that bad.
The children's hospital?
Yeah, that's not too bad. The songs are so fun. That's how My Little Pony incorporated Slender Pony into the episode Pinky Apple Pie. Oh my. Slender Pony.
Oh no.
Let me look that up.
Now, are we sure that's actually a thing and it's not just something somebody photoshopped into it?
She cited an episode.
Yeah, well, you can also cite the Gravity Falls episode, but it turns out that was just... the Slender Man thing was just Photoshop, so... Allow me to be skeptical. When this picture is finished, I've actually got a plan.
Nope, it's a fan thing. It's a fan thing. I googled it.
Aww.
I Googleized it. It's fanfiction.net. Oh boy.
You are trying to deceive us, I am Boot? Tisk tisk.
Liar. Just joking. Everything's happening. Ooh. Wow, these comments are cringy.
You might wanna come back from the edge, Kenyatta.
I'm going in.
No.
I'm going.
We don't need to be scaring people away from the stream like last week.
Iron Boot wants to know what about Gravity Falls.
Oh, on the Gobblewonker episode, when they're on Scuttlebutt Island, somebody photoshopped Slenderman into one of the scenes in a screenshot, and people thought it was real for a while. That being said, Miss Bones might be ditching us today. And this is just the trunks of the trees. We're not even doing the leaves and the greenery yet. It'll look better once the greenery starts being here. Actually, some of the background could probably be a little bit darker.
I am Boot. He's diving off the deep end. No, I got out. Oh, so yeah, I hadn't even gotten to phase 2 of the Jebel fight, eh?
Nope.
Oof.
Oof indeed.
I thought it was over.
Nope, that's when I was going. That was me last night when I was going. Oh, this is new. Nope, can't do this. Bye. No. That would be what was going on when I was saying all that stuff.
I am Boot. The guys in my glee are also doing a barbershop quartet. How very fancy.
Tell me how that goes.
Barbershop quartets are very, very fancy, very high class.
It's all about harmony. Photoshop, please stop popping out the window. I need to get this done.
Are they growing handlebar mustaches?
Yeah, are they allowed to grow mustaches for the barbershop quartet?
That is the important question.
Because I know some schools have
I am boot. No.
Some schools have policies, like dress codes and stuff like that, where you're not allowed to have, you're not allowed to have, facial hair and stuff like that.
Man, I would have went through a lot of razors. I started growing.
In
facial
case
hair when I was,
anybody
like,
is
12.
here who didn't see the first half of this live stream last week, the characters from the picture are finished, and I am currently working on the background. We'll see how it turns out. As I said earlier, doing a little Bob Rossing here with our trees. They will look green. I know it looks spooky now. I've been told several times, but we will be adding the nice stuff. The shading looks uniform. Okay, cool. Now let's add some green to this now. It's not gotta be not super bright green, not super dull green either.
I am boot. My best friend just recently discovered Bohemian Rhapsody. Uh-oh.
I was indeed right.
I've listened to it 127 times according to my iPod. and I just downloaded it yesterday.
How much listening time would that be? Because Bohemian Rhapsody is like, what, it's gotta be like a 5-minute song or something like that, right?
How long? YouTube. It's 6 minutes long.
Oh, I knew it was a longer song. The
6
song American Pie is like 8 minutes long. I don't realize, just listening to it, how long the song actually is. Backing up, backing up. The trees aren't really that tall, so the canopy should be able to see some of the canopy back here.
770 minutes.
Which is a little bit more than... it's like 10 hours? Something like that.
$12. 12.8.
I've been listening to Bohemian Rhapsody for half a day.
I am Boot. She's 16 and she has never heard it until earlier today. Roundabout is about 8 minutes long.
That's right, Roundabout is 8 minutes long.
Did you know about it before JoJo?
I did not. Admittedly, I did not know the song Roundabout before JoJo. I knew it before the meme, though. JoJo introduced me to it, and I knew it before it was a meme. So, there. Funny story. Since you said that, Boot. At one point I'm watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Phantom Blood, and my dad walks in right as the episode is ending, and he hears Roundabout start playing and just goes, "Oh no." Oh, I lulled. Do they look like trees, or is my art style too far gone? There we go. If you would allow me to move the mouse. Thank you. Depending on how quickly I get this done, Miss Bones might not get in here until I finish the picture, set it aside, and then decided I want to torture myself on stream. Playing Deltarune. Shh, don't tell her that. Don't tell Miss Bones that's the backup for if I finish this in under 2 hours.
Oh no.
I don't think she'll care. She kind of encouraged me to try the Jebel fight. So I was like, okay.
You encouraged me, so...
I shall fight the Jester Devil. Just make that a little smaller.
Every time I fight him, I get a little farther.
I can't say the same. Sometimes I'm just not good enough. I haven't gotten down the one attack. The one with the spades that, like, go in a spiral around, like...
I get hit every time. I can't...
I don't know how to dodge that one.
There's a trick! There's a trick, but I haven't figured that trick out yet.
Nor have I. I have not figured it out.
Undertale speedrunners can make dodging bullets very... Well, it makes you angry.
Mm-hmm. I haven't gotten angry. I got close to being angry. I've gotten close to being angry earlier today when I was trying it, but that's because I hadn't eaten anything, so I was hangry, as it were.
Oh, you were a little grumpy.
Yes, I was a little distracted. I like playing it though. It's all practicing resource management and stuff. I take a lot of gambles on it though, and they don't always pay off, so like, since we're discussing it, the pirouette that you can have Chris do is, it is a crapshoot. Using it, it can do different things. Sometimes it does nothing. Sometimes it will defend your entire team. I use it in sticky situations when I need to revive somebody, because sometimes it does allow you to do that. Sometimes you can revive your party with it. And
apparently it's not it's not random because I've done it twice in a row, and it seems to be based on which round it is.
Oh.
Like if it's round 1, it does something, a certain thing. If it's round 2, it does another thing, and then it just cycles, I believe.
Now, I am Boot. When you say orchestral, film, and game scores, do you mean like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and that kind of thing, or are you talking specifically about stuff like orchestral covers of those things? Because both exist, and I'll admit, I don't really listen to orchestral covers of things. I listened to an orchestral cello cover of the second JoJo opening, though, Bloody Stream. I found that one time, and it helped me get through a certain final in my college classes when I was really stressed out, so I decided to go back to it every once in a while. No covers. I Am
Boot says no covers.
Most certainly so. I do enjoy them.
I need to send you a Dark Souls playlist. Very good, very good music. Also Bloodborne. Very aggressive string sections. very aggressive.
Oh, I didn't have it.
I Am Boot. I like the one for the Avengers main theme. I like the Avengers as well. It's good music.
Excuse me, don't freeze up on me now. There we go. I like lots of music, including, but not limited to, computer and video game soundtracks. I tend to actually listen to those, usually when I draw. And I like listening to musicals. Electro Swing, yeah, I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of I listen to The Greatest Showman a lot, too. Should probably listen to more Hello Dolly sometime. Gotta see if I've still got that lying around in the computer somewhere. Make this bigger. Let's find this sketch so that we can figure out the exact locations I was putting these things. Good, good. And wait for it to catch up because stream lag. And we gotta put some leaves up here next. Couple of random free-falling leaves because it just got done winding and raining. There we go. Come Alive? My favorite song from The Greatest Showman is the bar song. The Other Side, that's what it's called. With Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron. That duet was the best. That one is my favorite from that one. I think my second favorite is probably Tightrope. All the songs, I don't think there's any of the songs that I actually dislike. But I do have favorites. Oh, speaking of which, I'm sure you might have seen this in the group chat earlier, Kenyatta, but for the chat's sake, it's funny because I finally got to see the new Fruits Basket's opening sequence, and the opening song is called Again, which coincidentally happens to be the name of the first opening theme song of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yes. I actually knew that. Hello, nerd cred +1.
So yeah, calling the series Fruits Basket Brotherhood is quite appropriate. Quite appropriate, as it were.
I am booed. Kenyatta knew something. I did know something. I'm very proud of myself.
Kenyatta knows a lot of things.
Oh no. I bet they're gonna do something to the bunny. they're gonna fuse him with the rat.
No, no, we're not going there. We're not going there. No need to go there.
Brother.
No. No, you're gonna drive people out of the stream again. Don't do that.
Oh no. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm definitely getting sick. It's not just a maybe I'm getting sick thing. I'm definitely getting sick.
Well, you can get sick tonight when the stream is over, and then you have to get better all the next week.
No, I will. I promise I will get very. I will take all of the sinus medication.
Yes.
I will. I don't think it's sinuses. I think it's definitely a bug of some sort.
Oh no.
Bronchitis, probably.
Oh yeah, do we need to get that spirit bomb energy going again for you?
Yes. All the spirit bomb energy, but no Shotas. I don't know what you're saying, I am Boot. No.
Momiji, the rabbit boy, he does fall into the category of, I mean, the same way you can generalize the term loli, I guess he does fall into the category of Shota. That being said, yeah, I don't know, he's a Shota. I rewatched the original Fruit Basket before going into, the new one, and I am happy with it. Yeah, like Honey Senpai. Honey Senpai is technically a Shota. And Honey Senpai is the oldest of the host club. I've noticed that on stream, you guys can't see the mouse, can you? You can't see the cursor. You can only see the strokes that it's making, can you?
I can't tell. It's doing the glorious 480p thing.
No. I mean, 480 isn't terrible, but it's not up to standard. I know.
A glorious 1p.
1 pixel. Dun 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 dun.
No, excuse me, it's 144 now.
Oh
Oof.
my goodness. Just a sec. Oh my
It's
goodness.
alright.
Oh my goodness. You see, that's why people come in and then they just leave.
It's like, oh gosh, look at this. She's running it off of a potato.
My computer is not a potato. My Wi-Fi may or may not be plugged into a potato, though. You know, like how you can run a battery using lemons. It may be similar. It may or may not be similar to that.
I am Boot. The Boot don't like Shotas.
I am also not fond of the Shota archetype concerning anime tropes. The background will slowly but surely get more detailed once I add the characters back into it, and you realize that there is a stark contrast between the two. And it will look ugly for a little while, but I swear this is going somewhere. And then a little bit lighter.
Video of a house cat harassing a cougar.
Oh no.
The cougar is at the sliding glass door, and this house cat is just like,
I'm sure
Hi.
I've seen screenshots of that. Cougar, puma, and mountain lion are all the same thing. I hope I'm not drinking too loudly or obnoxiously, but hydration is important.
I am Boot Kakurio. I like that.
Kakurio no Yarameshi. That was the Bed and Breakfast for Spirits one that I was watching last year. Quite entertaining. Poorly animated, but quite entertaining. I'm putting highlights from the wrong layer into here, and it's going to come back to bite me very soon. I can always erase it, though, because they're not overlapping too much. Which theme song I am Boot? There are 2 Kakurio theme songs. Just as there will probably be more than one new Fruits Basket theme song. Okay, I'm just gonna mess with the I'm gonna mess with the ground a little bit more, and then we'll add the characters back and see see how it combines. First one, I like the first one, and I like both of them. Not because I'm a fence sitter or anything like that. I just happen to like both of the openings. Up until a certain point, I liked all JoJo openings as well, but when we got into part 4, you know, it's hard to keep the quality up for that long, so they start sounding different, and the format starts being a little different, so then it really does come down to personal taste. I don't think there's any bad JoJo openings, but... I actually did a smart thing by hiding the characters for this part, because if they were still there, then I would totally use the position of them to to excuse the fact that I would be being lazy with the background. Just like how the characters are in front of this part, you don't have to worry about actually drawing the backgrounds. Now we're gonna draw the backgrounds, and they're gonna look good. Gonna have to do something with this back here, though. Time for more green.
Oh, I didn't see the full context. I didn't know the full context of this video. This mountain lion. it was it's like it was pawing at the door, and it was at the back, and the lady filming yelled, where are the kids? The dad called from the other room. They're out back with the very large cat. It's like, oh, look, it's a kitty. Let's pet it.
Oh no.
Oh no. Well, Billy's now lunch. I am Boot. I don't like that anime these. I don't like that anime these days have to have a new theme song every 12 episodes. I would say that that was expensive. I would say that it was expensive to do that, but
that's the thing. It is, but
Naruto.
It's also lucrative because people like to buy those songs and stuff like that, you know.
See, Voltron. I hated the Voltron theme song. I currently hate the Voltron theme song because I am working my way through it.
Where's the lines? Okay, let's add.
But I mean, they only used one, and it's just fine.
Okay, the colors. We're gonna have to. I don't want to do that though. Don't want to do that. We might just have to adjustments. Yep. Bring the brightness down a little bit.
I am Boot. Lots of bronies hate the MLP theme song.
I mean, at least they changed the visuals a little from one season to another, right? hue, saturation. We're gonna desaturate it a little. As soon as it decides it wants to catch up with me. There, now they match the background a little bit more. Photoshop tricks. You see, Yu Yu Hakusho had the same theme song for like 116 episodes. And now we're gonna line it up a little bit.
Oh, they're doing a new Phineas and Ferb movie.
Are they?
Apparently.
Yeah, I don't think Miss Bones is gonna be in here, and now I'm upset because she was kind of the highlight last time with her reactions.
Oh, sigh.
Yeah. I even had it set up so that she could come into this chat and didn't have to be questioning
Ken is in the chat. He says looking good.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Glad you could make it in. Yeah, it's coming together. I've been doing this for about an hour, so I think at this pace, I'm gonna be done before 10:30, and I might be entertaining people with a, with me playing Deltarune, depending on whether or not it lags up. Just because the game itself is not, online, like I wouldn't dream of, wait for it to catch up. I wouldn't dream of attempting to stream Overwatch in my current position, because I know for a fact nobody would be physically capable of enjoying that. Because the lag would be intense, and if it's going 140p at this point, and I'm just drawing, then, well, I can only imagine what it would do if I was trying to stream an HD game.
I am Boot. Have you heard of Daffy's Rhapsody?
No, I don't think I want to.
Insane.
I don't think I want to. No offense, Boot, but I really don't think I want to.
Great. I don't know, that might be great. Don't mind me, I'm just opening another tab.
Oh no.
Yeah, typing something in, don't worry about it.
I'm worried. I'm very worried, I'm not gonna lie.
Don't be worried.
I am Boot, what have you done?
Chaos, chaos!
Chaos, chaos! Did I mention that I think that, Jevil is a minion of Zinch?
Yep, Greater Demon of Zinj.
Okay.
Theory confirmed.
Concerning that, what do we know about the Eldar Laughing God?
The Eldar Laughing God, oh! Yeah, no, Jevil's definitely the Laughing God.
I was wondering about that. I'm like, oh wait, there's a Laughing God. The Eldar have one of those. But he screams chaos, so I figure he's got to be working for one of the big four, right?
Technically the Eldar gods are, quote, chaos gods. Okay, see, the Eldar gods were intentionally created by the Eldar to meet certain, to meet certain functions, or to complete certain functions in their society. See, the Laughing God is their god of art, of comedy, of tragedy, of art, of literature and all that. Cain is their war god, who looks exactly like Korn, but isn't a part of Korn in any way. There's some issues. There's some issues with lore. Isha is the goddess of fertility, nature, healing, something else.
She's
basically like a
Nurgle's
flowery
waifu.
nature. What was that?
She's Nurgle's
That is
waifu.
Nurgle's waifu. Nurgle's waifu for
Come
life.
together.
He
And
loves her so
also-
much he keeps her in a cage and feeds her like